it's detrimental to your life. You know, it's signing your soul away. You know, because I always wonder, like, why is this person with all this? Like, you see one person that's at the top, but you see this person like homeless, but he got all this talent, all this, you know, just he way better than the dude that's at the top, but he homeless, and this dude with no talent just a star. You know what I mean? I couldn't understand that, but you know, after research, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that even if you look for it, you know what I'm saying, you can't find because it's a lot of stuff covered up.
That kind of goes into a question I want to ask y'all. Do y'all believe that you have to sacrifice something to get in? And when I say like get into that A-list level, you know, you feel like you have to sacrifice, like, I don't know, it could be morals, you know, your sexuality with some of the stuff I see is questionable, your family.
Yeah.
Like that, do you guys believe that you have to sacrifice something? And if so, why do you think you have to sacrifice something?
Yeah, I definitely do, because I mean, you see it. You see the men in dresses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Most stars, when you talk to their family, they say they ever since they came to Hollywood, you don't see them no more. They deserted us. You know what I'm saying? It's just signing your life away. Your whole personal life is gone. You know. But yeah, you got to give up something, and it's usually something major. And also, you know, if you make it up to the higher up, from what I hear, if you make it up to the higher up, to the A-list or whatever, and you get up there, and it's like contracts that you got to sign, like you know, gag contracts that you got to sign, and then you go back on that, it's over, Rover.
What about you, Tiger? You think you got to sacrifice something to get in?
Yeah, I think they have to have some dirt on you, because I think, how can I say this? For someone to bring you in, and as they see it, they're making you a star. Once you get to a certain point, you might not need them no more financially, whatever, but they still want to have ownership of you. You know what I mean? Therefore, it might be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, in one of your breakthrough roles, to get that role, you know what I mean? You might have had to do some like nude casting calls or something. And they're like, you know, don't worry, we ain't never going to put these out. Then later on, them pictures come back into the light, and it's like, well, you know, I need you to do this and that, or we're going to make these public. Or from another perspective, there are individuals who use their leverage, you know, on women like that, like male directors, or you know what I mean, that, yo, you know what I mean, if you'll sleep with me, you know, I give you this role, or I can do this and that for your career. And I think it happens the other way too, you know what I mean? But like a lot of these stories we see, you know, on the news and in the media, I can't think of his name right now, but that one, he was like a director, and he was
Wiseman or Heisman, something like that.
Weinstein.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein. But you know, you got guys like that running around. It's like, how is he running around for all these years? Nobody saying nothing. You know what I mean? It's because he got dirt on people, and like some of the things they're saying that man did are so crazy. It's like, how can that be silent? It's like R. Kelly. It's like, if that's true, you know what I mean? If you're in the industry, you probably heard some rumblings about it. It's not like R. Kelly don't live in America. It's not like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking R. Kelly, Jay-Z, Timberland, Dr. Dre, The Game, 50 Cent. They're probably all in P. Diddy, all in some way, shape, or form running in the same circle.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you hear, you know what I mean? I'm thinking like, I don't know personally, you know what I mean? Maybe he was able to keep it a secret. But if the rumors were out there on our level, when we were kids in school, you know what I mean, that R. Kelly likes some young, I mean, I'm pretty sure they heard about it and knew about it.
Right.
But why did they keep silent?
Right. Yeah. That goes to a bigger question, but yeah, to take it back to like the sacrifice for me, my reason why like I believe you have to sacrifice. I'm gonna take y'all way back to the early '90s, late '80s. I don't know if y'all remember the movie like The Lost Boys or Stand By Me, or even, I know you know remember this one, The Goonies. Who doesn't remember The Goonies? Candy Bar. But yeah, that dude, Corey Feldman, like I think it was like maybe late '90s. He came out just filling the beans on everybody. And that's when I woke up like, man, he was a mid-20s man. You know, I was like a teen watching him. This dude was talking about molestation and like pornography and drugs when he was like 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he talking about that, and he was a big A-list star in the '90s. So at 10 doing that, just imagine all the other people that didn't speak up, to your point, with like R. Kelly and Weinstein. I feel like they gotta know. If we know, or we have, you know, like CP's favorite saying, if there's smoke, if we can see the smoke, there definitely gotta be fire somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
that's where they created the this is where, have you heard of the, you know, I know you heard of it, but of course, but the word conspiracy, the statement conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? The CIA, they created the word, what is it, a statement? The statement conspiracy theory in order, because of the JFK assassination. You know what I'm saying? They didn't, any intelligent investigation would be debunked and thought to be bullshit. You know what I mean? So they created the term conspiracy theory. You know, because check that
out. Well, yeah. Like I said, that dude Corey Spellman, like, just opened up. Like, he was a whistleblower to me. Like, he opened it up to like just the underbelly of Hollywood. I wouldn't know like what's the like I was telling you, if I could see the smoke, how big is the fire, and why ain't nobody else speaking up? Why does it take like one man or one woman to speak up, and then everybody else quiets them down? Going to your point, Tiger, real quick. Going to your point, everybody remembers Aaliyah. Aaliyah was like, hey, you know, this is kind of happening, but nobody was like, oh, that's happening. Let's save Aaliyah. They were just like, let it keep happening. Let us keep happening.
It's like this. Look, I'm just a regular dude. Not all my friends kick it together, but the ones I have in town, we run in similar circles. You know what I mean? It's like you know, I don't have to be hanging out with the man to hear, you know what I mean? To have to hear, you know how it is in Stockton. It's real small. You don't got to be around to hear what somebody else is doing. You know what I mean? And now imagine Hollywood or people with reach, and they're in the same labels, or they're in the same Hollywood studios. They got this agents, managers. People go to these parties. It's like a story. It's like a story I was talking to you guys about the other day with Exhibit and P Diddy that he went on the radio about, and he was talking about Diddy was taking him to this club, him and Superhead, and one of the clubs there was at. Well, pretty much he was saying was like a gay club or like a bisexual club, and he walked and he ran out and left. But he went on the radio and said that like, you know, P Diddy was saying, yo, be careful, watch out for Superhead. You know, she'll take a picture of you, you know, with a finger in your ass, or, you know, something or whatever. And then Diddy takes him to these clubs, and it's like he's noticing a lot of homosexual things going on. And, you know,
even though he left,
Puff was like, hey, you know, come in, the water's fine. You know, it's like, I don't think he's seen a problem with that, according to Exhibit. Not me. Don't be mad at me, Puff. I'm just saying what Exhibit said on the radio. That, you know, that's fact. That's on YouTube, homie. But
even though he left through the back, they seen him come in the front, though.
Yeah.
So they still got him. He's still
yeah.
You know.
But I will say this though, I'd have to sit down and check the timeline. But that seems, after that radio interview, it seemed like that was the end of Exhibit's rap career. You know what I mean? Like, his rap career started dwindling down, and it's like, whatever happened. You know, so I don't know, but I do think things like that, you know, the powers that be, they hold leverage on people into, like, you know, forcing them to do things that they don't want to.
Why do y'all think that like it's like that? Why do you, like, as a kid, we all had a vision of Hollywood and what it is and how you could be great, like you said, CP, your talent should be above. Why do you guys think that, like, the grittiness of it is like that? Why do you think, going to your point, Tiger, Why do you think somebody has to blackmail you or hold that against you? Why can't I just have talent and be a success? Why you guys think there's an underbelly? I guess what I'm trying to say.
Because you got to make sure secrets don't get out. You know.
They want that control. You know. You're their investment. You know what I'm saying? Ownership goes back to the slave days. They want to own everything you do, every move you make, even the way you think. That's why a lot of these folks they call it that MK Ultra mind control. You know, MK Ultra controls your mind. You know what I'm saying? Just like the music in the radio on the radio, they play a certain song over and over and over again to get you to like it, to make you start humming it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Even though you didn't like that movie. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with them. And also, you know, you hear a lot of. I heard a couple of stories like from some actors, and one actor, I forgot her name, but she was asked why she always play like a motherly roles, like middle class, regular life mother, stay at home mom roles, and her response was, it gives her a sense of having a real life again. You know what I'm saying? Having her own life. She like when she only takes them roles, and when she gets to them, she goes all out because it just reminds her of home. It's a form of therapy for her instead of going around having to shop and having to wear hoodies and hide and, you know, go out the back of stores and get, you know. So, you know, that's like you said, it's a cost when you go out there to Hollywood, you know. All people see is the glitz and glamour, you know what I'm saying? The young kids, they grow up to see the glitz and glamour. But then when they get into it, and they knee deep into some shit, you know what I mean?
Go ahead, Tiger.
I was gonna say, do y'all see the toll it takes on people in Hollywood? Like them people who are in the game for a long time. Like, let me use Johnny Depp for example. Have y'all seen Johnny Depp lately? It's like, damn, dude, homie look like he don't even shower no more. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's just like he rolls out of bed still looking like dude from the Disney movie, Captain Jack Sparrow or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's that adrenochrome, they say, you know. Jokes.
For me, like I said, my reason why it's kind of similar to y'all, like as far as like the blackmail or to hold something over you, because like when it boils down to it, I mean, I touched bases with it real quick, but when it boils down to it, all movies, all music, like you said, all TV shows or programs, they trying to program us one way or another. So if like our show right here, this is a program. If we don't like the narrative, you know, buy Tiger, buy CP, it's my show, you know, whatever that case may be, or buy Marcus's Tiger show, whatever the case may be. So like for that to happen, you got to have some type of leverage over them. So I definitely believe that that's the way they keep that power, that control. But to answer your point, Tiger, yeah, man, I don't know what it is about making millions of dollars, but something got to be happening for you to go from this, yeah, I'm going to make a change, to 10, 15 years, 20 years later to be like, I'm barely alive, I'm hanging on.
Mm-hmm.
Because they look so stressed out, so worn out, like, you know, like Madonna, you know, it's like Madonna seems like she's like 95 for some reason. It seems like she just, and I just feel like Madonna's just been around forever. You know, it's like, damn, you know, she's still out there, still running around topless, you know, whatever. I'm like, damn. But it's just like you see her now, and you got like,
So offensive that adrenochrome, we'll talk about that in another show. But, you know, it's like a youth serum, you know what I'm saying? You stop getting that, you know what I'm saying? You age like 10 years, 20 years within a month, you know what I'm saying? And with what's going on right now, you know, it's a lack of that because all the kids, you know what I'm saying, they're getting saved right now. But another thing I've seen, I see that the CIA, they're in, they control everything that we see on TV as far as movies and everything. It goes from the CIA to like Disney or whatever. The Disney gives the actor the script, then the actor puts it out on TV, and we get it, you know. So everything is controlled by the CIA, man.
Picking up on your Disney comment, CP. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
I was just saying, like the founders of Disney and Universal Studios. If you look back, all the founders of them is ex-military, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Ex-military running, huh? I knew Walt Disney was out there, doing my own little research. But just picking up on that Disney, talking about the underbelly of the dark side, why do you think Disney has so many secret messages when they're supposed to be a kids' movies? Like for me, like Lion King, I remember they secretly wrote the word sex, or Mickey be holding a questionable object in his hand, Minnie be just doing like weird stuff. If these are 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 10, 11, 12-year-old kids watching this, why you think they put in those kind of like images out there?
My reason being is they attacking the kids first, because the kids, you know what I'm saying, it's like a clear canvas, you know what I'm saying, for them to paint on. You know what I'm saying? Kids got that clear canvas and they open to everything. You know what I'm saying? What? First come, first serve, you know what I'm saying? So they hit the kids first. And then once the kids want that, they gonna go to the parents, hey, I want this. And the parents want to see their kids happy. So they gonna give it. And then the parents gotta take them to the movie theaters and shit. So the parents gotta sit there and watch that shit too. So then they get hit, you know what I'm saying? That's how they roll. They attack the young, you know what I'm saying, to affect the old.
But
that's what I think.
Wait, do y'all think it will jeopardize, like, that's that programming I guess they're trying to do behind, but do you think it will affect their bottom line or the overall movie if they just took out those little subliminal hits, Do they really need those?
Well, I think they're just trying to give like sort of like CP was saying, subliminal messages, like to kind of numb your kids to it as they go through the years, and we get to like where we're at with like TikTok videos and shit, you know what I mean, and social media, But what I want to know is what is kind of like you're saying, like what is their agenda and who are they really working for if that's the case? Like, like we're asking why are they pushing it, and I'm starting to question like, well then who's at the top of that? Because as they had that controversial Frozen 2, where I believe weren't they like lesbians in that movie?
Which one?
I heard
Frozen 2.
I don't know. I ain't seen that. That's my daughter.
That's what I heard.
But not only that.
That new video game they got out is
The Last of Us
2.
Yeah.
That shit crazy, man. And I didn't even know, man. I thought it was they got all kind of crazy sex scenes in there, but they got one where he turned the girl around, and it's just crazy. I found out, I thought it was a girl. Later, I found out it was a transgender. It was a dude.
Oh.
Whoa.
The other character, she...
Fire?
The other character that she's going against is a tranny. That's why dude turned her around, because basically he had to turn her around.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is that a video game?
Yeah.
Last of Us 2.
Oh man. See, look, a lot of a video game to me, real quick to touch on that, video game to me is obviously a game, and games are designed for kids or the youth.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? More than adults. Why you guys think they pushing, like I said, we all touched on it a little bit, but why you think they pushing that kind of agenda? Like, I'll go ahead and give my reasons real quick, and then I'll kick it off to you. For me, it's like they pushing their agenda to desensitize us, to make it seem like the normal, like it's okay for two dudes to kiss. And they start young. Like, I remember, I think it was you, Tiger, that told me about that TV show, The Loud House. My kids used to watch this show called The Loud House, and I think Tiger or somebody brought up to my attention that they got two dads. And I'm like, why you got to have any kind of show where it's two dads? Now, Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging, the people out there. If you feel attracted to a cactus, that's on you. But don't push your agenda down my throat, or especially our kids, our future throat. Like I think they're just trying to like desensitize us, or maybe in a step further, not only desensitize us, but let us know, like, it's okay if you're feeling this way. You should feel this way. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
No, well, for me, on the first point, I do think there is pressure from Hollywood coming from the top to, you know what I mean, incorporate that. You know what I mean? Incorporate like, hey, you know, like if you're a girl, you know, you want to have a little ding-a-ling, it's all good. And it's like, no, it's not. But going further, let me tell you guys about a personal story. I was out with my family in San Francisco doing something once. So last year. It was like, yeah, it's about last year. And we were in the mall. Was it the Westfield Mall? The mall that's like right there by the bar?
I think so. I think it's the
West. Yeah, okay. So we were eating in the eatery in there, and then we're like, okay, we're gonna go stop and go to the bathroom. So okay, you know, we're walking towards the bathroom, and we start to notice there's no separation. It's just you guys and girls enter in the same way. There's no wall. It's just toilets. You know what I mean? There's stalls on that side and there's stalls on that side. But you guys come and wash your hands in the middle. There's no wall. So, you know, technically speaking, if you're washing your hands and you want to, you know what I mean? You want to extend your neck and kind of, you know what I mean? Get a peek. Man, maybe you could, you know what I mean? But as a father, would you feel comfortable sending your little daughter to use enter the same bathroom that a 35-year-old man, you know what I mean, a stranger, because I'm not judging nobody, I don't know, but I'm just saying a stranger, them walking side by side into the same building where you can't see what's going on.
Right.
Unless you're just gonna stand there and, you know what I mean, because it's just open like that. I mean, if a woman is washing her hands from the sink that I was at, I could just reach over and touch them.
With me in public, I experienced that situation with my daughter. But what I do is I take my daughter with me, but I wait for everything to clear out. And when everything's clear, we go in to the men's bathroom, and I stand by the door like security, like ain't nobody coming up in here.
Oh yeah.
Until she's done, then I don't care how many toilets there, I don't let nobody in. And, you know what I'm saying? She do her thing, then we walk out, you know.
Well, you shut down the whole restroom?
Yeah, I stand there right by the door.
This dude got a line for me like, hey man, I gotta use the restroom. He like, hold up.
Hey, somebody was doing that with theirs, you know what I'm saying? I would respect it, you know what I mean?
Nah, well, yeah, I mean, I guess I never been in that situation, but to answer your question, Tiger, what I do with my daughter and my son, I don't take no chances with neither one of them. They too little. I take them if they got a restroom. Either me, my wife, adult goes with them into the restroom, kind of like UCP. Yeah. And if they gotta use the stall. I'm right there behind it. But to wash hands, like I guess to wash hands next to each other ain't that bad. But we just live in a cold world where there's too many sickos and too many perverts where you could get that neck and that.
Put it to you like this: there's nothing stopping a man that's washing his hands to take like 7 or 8 steps and kick in a stall that a woman is using the bathroom in. That's what I'm saying. It's just like if it was just separated. Like if you just separated your garage in half and said, okay, you guys are gonna go pee here, and you girls are gonna go pee here, and I'm gonna put a sink right here, and I'm putting sinks. It's not just one, but I'm gonna put sinks in the middle. Right. So that's what I'm saying is a lunatic can just run up in there. I'm not talking about my kids because, you know, like if I'm sending my youngest daughter or someone, you know, everybody, you know, they'll go with somebody. If not me, my wife, my oldest daughters, whoever. But I'm just saying, like in general, what's to stop somebody from, you know what I mean, just making a break for it?
Nah, that's true. And that may go back to, like I said, the whole Hollywood or the agenda they pushing on us, because I don't know about y'all, but when I was 8, 9, 10, I don't remember that. You had a clear picture of a blue or white guy and a clear picture of a woman in a little white dress or whatever. You know, you knew what direction you had to go. If it was one stall, you try to open the door, it was locked, you had to wait. So, you know, I think that's going back all the way back to the Hollywood. I think Hollywood and other forms of media is pushing out there that making these type of situations where you had your story, Carl, more normal, more okay. Like where me, the three of us seem like we'd be uncomfortable with that a little bit. Everybody else like, well, this is the normal. This is okay. You know what I'm saying? And I think Hollywood has something to do with that, definitely.
Yeah. Also, I found out the definition of the word Hollywood, or not the definition, but where it comes from. It comes from a holly tree. Y'all heard about that? It's like it's a real tree that the ancient Druids used to use to make their wands. If you believe in that stuff.
Their wine?
Wands, like a wand.
Like what's that? Harry Potter?
Yeah, yeah. It was made out of a holly tree, and it was used to, get their to cast their their spells and whatever they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. They through the wand. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like that's what they're doing with TV. You know what I'm saying? They're casting their spells on us through the TV because everybody got one. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
To entertain. You know what I'm saying? That's to keep control of the mind. You know what I'm saying? To hold control and the attention of everybody's mind. You know what I mean? So that's what it goes from the CIA. CIA gives them some real shit, and then the Disney or whatever makes up some type of entertaining story about it. Gets to The Rock or somebody everybody loved to play in it. You know what I'm saying? Water it down, but the point is really true. And then gives it to us. You know what I'm saying? That's just it's cold-blooded how they work it, man.
Nah, yeah, kind of picking up on where you left off, CP. Doing my own little research, like you said, I didn't know about the Hollywood, like the spells casting on us, but that kind of makes sense because think about it, we watching TV programs every day.
Yeah.
Now, television, obviously, program. What do you do when you program something? You trying to make it work better, work less. You trying to
work it the way you want it to work.
Exactly. So no matter what TV show, it ain't a TV show, or TV entertainment, it's TV program. They constantly trying to program us, and picking up on that LBGT or that gay thing or whatever. I mean, for many years, I've been hearing things like, what was it, Martin Lawrence or Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, like a lot of African American or black stars. They pushing, hey, I think it'd be a good idea if you wore this dress real quick. I think it'd be a good idea if you kiss this man. It's gonna be so funny if you kiss this man. Mm-hmm. So they're definitely trying to program us to accept a certain thing or dislike a certain thing or whatever it is. I think that. What do you think about that, Tiger?
But if you guys remember, well, allegedly they had dirt on J. Edgar Hoover through form of photos, and that they were using to blackmail him. So in all levels, you know what I mean? That's like, it seems like that's one of the most powerful tools there is for blackmail. Nude photos, you in women's clothes, you with children or whatever, to release those. Because allegedly the mob had those pictures, and that's what sent him off their case onto the Black Panthers. Because, you know what I mean? They were threatening to, unveil, release those pictures of him in drag or, him getting it on. But as far as, like you said, it's like, these Madeas and OG Will Smith and 6 Degrees, stuff like that. It's like they try to send that message, and, as the story goes, after 6 Degrees, man, the Fresh Prince took off, Mm-hmm. So sometimes, I don't know, I don't know that it falls in the question of like how bad an actor or actress wants to make it. You know what I mean? Or,
And the reason they try to get cats like Will Smith and all them to do stuff like that and put it on screen is because, you got some soft-minded people sometimes will watch that shit and be like thinking about it but won't do it. But when they see like their favorite actor on TV doing it, some people take that shit like as the real, and it gives them more confidence to really want to go out and do that shit. You know what I mean? It's like they do with video games. Kids play them video games long enough. They really think they could go out and do that shit.
And do you guys think it's like that? Like, okay, check it out. Like, let's just say, do they pick somebody? Like, let's say Zion Williamson. I'm just using him for an example. So they be like, look, Zion, we need you to wear your pants like this, or we need you to make Confederate flags cool again, or You know what I mean? Something that would be considering,
Zion Williamson's about to go through some shit. I promise you. He's next right now.
Well, to answer your question, Tiger, hell yeah, I do believe that. Like, I wouldn't go too far as like the Confederate flag, but let's go back to the 90s.
I'm just using, for example, something what somebody would be considered selling out. You know what I mean? Like I remember back in the day when Will Smith did what's the name? It was 6 Degrees of Separation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, it wasn't a whole lot of like there wasn't like a bunch of Medeas and wasn't Martin Lawrence one, like Big Mama's House? It wasn't all that, you know what I mean? So it was kind of more frowned upon.
Well, we go back to Richard Pryor. I remember Richard Pryor giving an interview like saying like, hey, they wanted him to do this and hear no evil, see no evil or whatever, like wear a dress real quick. And he was like, hell nah. Like I guess, I don't know, like everybody has that line that they won't cross. Like some people like, all right, I wear a dress, I'm secure in my manhood, but they constantly trying to push the envelope. And I just don't think it's right. Like your personal life is your personal life. But we got to remember that a lot of kids look up to these athletes, look up to these actors, these whatevers. Going back to your point, Tiger, as far as like selling out, like I remember like every level there's that. Let's go back to the 90s to the Wheaties box. Let's take the kids back to the Wheaties box. Like if you made the Wheaties box, I remember they had the Niners on there. Man, I bought like a month's supply of Wheaties just because of that, you know? So like as kids, we look up to these actors, actresses, athletes, even politicians, whatever, these local heroes they try to push down our throat. And we want to, excuse my voice, we want to be like them. So tying it all in a knot, I don't understand why they're pushing these constant agendas to make our kids or this generation and the future generations to be more susceptible to these, in my opinion, way left field ideas. You know, but as far as like selling out, they all gonna sell out at some point. That goes to our original point, like you have to sacrifice something. Is it your manhood, wear a dress? Is it your family? You know, is it drugs? Is it what? I don't know what you gotta sacrifice, but there's always a level of to get in the club, you gotta do something.
Another thing I bumped into was there's a lot of people also, a lot of actors, a lot of famous people that also, you'd be surprised that like they really ain't what they are. Like, you know, I love the old school 70s movies, black movies. And I just recently found out that Dolomite was on Men.
He was homomite?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I was gay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yo, breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Sorry about that. Dolomite was gay.
Yeah, I seen y'all the interview, but it's Ace Boone Combs the whole time, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, he was thugnificent. Remember that on the Boondocks?
So I'm telling you, like, man, your favorite athlete, the toughest to the rock, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, not saying him, but, you know, just for an example, you know, the tough guys that you think is tough guys, man, they really taking it tough from the back, man.
Hey.
But, you know, it's like the guy, what's his name, Sam or whatever, the linebacker that tried to make it to the NFL.
Oh, I don't remember the last name. I remember West Virginia, I think.
Yeah, he was gay or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, it didn't work out for him. But I promise you, it was about 3 or 4 cats like on each team that was whispering amongst themselves like, God damn, why'd he say anything?
Oh, yeah, top.
Supposed to get play a couple years, then say something. Because I guess it's probably some of my favorite athletes right now, running around wearing skirts on the low. You know what I'm saying? Off camera that we would least expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's true.
Hey, tell me there ain't one gay dude or female. Well, the females are more open about it. They'll say it. But the males, you can't tell me that there ain't some that's in there right now. But it's smart though. You know, play the game, get your money, get your bread, get out, retire, then come out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the question I was gonna ask you. Like, why?
I'm with pink hair right now. I mean, come on, man. But I don't know. Just saying.
That's the question I was gonna ask you, but you kind of answered it. Like, why do you think they are? I mean, we already touched bases on the agenda. They pushing their agenda, whatever. But why do you think these men, women, these everyday people, I guess, these Hollywood actors, elites, why do you think they keep all that quiet? Like Oscar De La Hoya comes to mind, for example, the Golden Boy. Man, we all seen the pictures of that dude sitting there looking like the Golden Girl.
Man, he was full blast with it.
Well, it's like why keep, you know what I mean? Like these lawsuits where some priests are touching little boys quiet. You know what I mean? It's like, that's for some, some people believe that's bad for business, or you know what I mean, or that's bad for your image, or you know what I mean. So you use, you know what I mean, either you use cash, you use some mind control. I'm thinking in Hollywood, I mean, they got everything to offer you, a bigger movie role, or maybe they just crush you. Like I said, we've seen some people have breakdowns. We've seen Britney have a breakdown. Orlando Brown, he's out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot, there's a lot of people in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's true. Because I remember Elijah Wood, shout out to Transformers, doing it, doing big, and then he said something. He must have crossed the wrong person, and they cut him all the way out. Orlando Brown, I don't know what happened to him, man. That dude, hey, man, that doing too much.
Crazy. They making him look crazy and all that. But, you know what I'm saying, it makes you wonder, you know what I'm saying, if that stuff is true that he's saying. Because, some of the most brilliant people in our history right now, they were called crazy and lunatics when they were living, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I guess that goes back to Corey Feldman when he broke that news. I mean, to me, that dude was a big star to my childhood, watching those movies. He broke that news. Why do you think people don't really believe them so much? Like the Me Too movement. Why did it take, the Me Too movement to expose something that the three of us knew 20 years ago, 30 years ago?
Because people roll with what the crowd believe. Even if they don't believe what the crowd believe, people gonna roll with what the crowd believes instead of believing what they believe because they don't want to be by themselves. You know what I'm saying? People don't got people don't got the balls to really say what they believe. They just roll with the crowd to fit in, you know what I mean? Instead of saying what they truly believe, instead of going right with everybody else and what they really believe in is going left. They rather just roll with the crowd so they don't stick out like a sore thumb, you know what I mean? People don't want to be that sore thumb sticking out when in actuality, they need to be.
Let me ask you guys, like, what did you think, this is just me as a regular dude, I'm not privileged to any information other than what's out there. But didn't it seem funny when Michael Jackson, passed away? You know what I'm saying? Brother just went in for, some dental work or a little touch-up, or, a little surgery, winds up dead. It makes you wonder, like...
I sent y'all the video of him hopping out the ambulance. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I seen that video, yeah.
He hopped out like he was happy. Hey.
But it's like it just makes you think like Kanye West's mom, you know what I mean? It's like she went in there for some, what did she go in there for, just some cosmetic surgery or something?
Plastic surgery, yeah.
Some plastic surgery, like nothing major, gone. And it's like
King video though, the interview with the white guy with all the burn marks on his face.
What interview?
About Michael Jackson. He knew Michael Jackson, and he had all the burn. His face was all burnt up.
What was he talking about?
He was talking about his relationship with Michael Jackson. He was good. He was a kid, and Michael Jackson came to his aid and helped him because he was lit on fire for some reason.
Oh, I think I remember vaguely of that.
But he had his voice and everything. Well, it was a video. It's a video about it, and the lady is talking about allegedly that's Michael Jackson, and that's what he looks like from when he did the Pepsi commercial and his head caught on fire. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
That's what burnt this whole shit up. So what's going around, what we've seen is doubles, body doubles of Michael Jackson. That's what we've been seeing this whole time. With a mask, like it was a mask. You know what I'm saying? That's why his face fucking crazy. But they're saying that's him, and they bleached it. They made him bleach his skin like they be doing in Jamaica and Africa and shit. They bleached his skin so he won't look black no more. But they saying that's him. And if you look at the guy's eyes and the way he talks, his voice, they saying that's him, allegedly.
So you're saying that they got clones since the Pepsi commercial?
Yeah, during his operation, his facial reconstruction, they got his DNA and did their thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was a drug lord like that in Mexico. They have a story about. They said he put a whole new face on, like he had face surgery to change like his whole face.
Yeah, the drug wants to do that all the time.
And the legend is he died during the surgery, but nobody ever knows. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't ever know if that's what he wanted out there or you know what I mean? So yeah, like the same way, you know, I don't know if we're gonna jump into body doubles and that whole concept right now, but while you guys think about that, let me ask you guys a question real quick. There's one guy I always hear about, Freemason, Illuminati, in that circle, elite, you know, is Jay-Z. What are your guys' thoughts on Jay-Z? Me personally, I mean, I love him as a musician and a person, but I mean, I haven't seen anything, you know, negative about him publicly, but there's a whole lot behind the scenes.
What are you talking about, like as far as like the smoke? As far as things that light up the conspiracies or the Illuminati side?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because he's big in the hip hop side of things. Him, Diddy, you know what I mean? Those are heavyweights right there.
For
and
me,
those are the ones you hear the more about, as far as the rumor department, like Kanye, you know.
And I think
I feel about Jay-Z, Rockefeller, you know, shout out to them, you know. I like their music. I've always liked their music, but it was odd that like I haven't been down with him since like early 90s or nothing, but Pac and Biggie had to get out the way for this dude to fill the void. I always thought that was a little bit questionable, but there was a void to be filled. But he got good music. The thing that didn't make sense to me is some of his music videos. They be like, why you gotta do like on to the next one of my favorite songs of all time. But you check the video, it's all dark and painted and just kind of out there, you know, subliminally messages. I always ask myself why, like, you know, I didn't know he was on that Marilyn Manson or that, you know, that devil stuff. But if you see some pictures with him, sometimes you see him covering his eye, and that's supposed to be a sign of the all-seeing eye. And the other thing that got me questioning about him is his wife, Beyonce. She be doing a lot of questionable stuff as well.
And see, while you're still going, and before you start, Chris, or do you think it's just that Jay-Z and maybe from the outside, maybe his life looks too good to be true, and that's why and that could be a reason why there's so much negativity about him and Beyonce, because it looks too good to be true? Or do you think, like you say, Chris, there's smoke and there could be some fire?
Right. I think they just they be putting it out there all the time, you know what I'm saying? Wearing the shirts that he wear, you know, with the triangles, his you know, the diamond, you know, the pyramid, the shout, do as thou shalt. That's a Crowley saying. Alex, what is his name? Alex Crowley, I believe. But he's a Satanist. He believes in the Satanism or whatever it is, a cult. And that was his saying. Do as thou shalt or something. Y'all seen that shirt when he's wearing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Satanist saying. They be throwing up the hand signs, and they put it out there, man. And Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I can't watch her, man. I'm scared of her, man. It's just something in her eyes, man. You can't. It's just like that Erykah Badu thing, man. You can't look in her eyes too long. You're gonna get a hex put on you or something, man. She evil, but she does have ex-band members. Beyonce does have a lot of ex-band members that used to play with her that say she practices that witchcraft stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they stopped fucking with her because it's shit scared as shit, man. You know?
I don't know. I don't know what they do like behind the scenes to answer your overall point. Like, I don't know if it's good or bad, but what they put out publicly, or as far as Jay-Z, he do a lot of good stuff for the community, for the African American side. I do read about him doing a lot of good stuff. Supposedly doing good stuff for the NFL and my boy Kaepernick and all that. But so did that dude Weinstein. I guess he donated a lot of money. Now, I'm my bad to put those two names together, but I don't know what's behind Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the man personally, but I know that there's questionable stuff. It could be pure hate, because when you do make it to a certain level, people gonna hate just to hate. Like Damon Dash, I know Dame hate that dude for whatever reason, but there's always gonna be that kind of aspect or that kind of shade behind it. But I seem like that for everybody that gets up to that level.
Mm-hmm. Look at this photo right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Try to get it up. I don't know. Yeah, can y'all see that?
Put a little higher.
Yeah.
Y'all see it?
A little higher. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me that's just a normal "Hey, what's up" sign.
To the people that can't see it, they got a picture of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Beyonce got two, I guess, OKs signs going up, and Jay-Z got like a rock on sign going on. So
I don't know. I love Jay, man. It hurt my heart, man. If Jay's bad behind the scenes, he just cool. But
and he got
smoke and fire, like he says.
Got the Illuminati chain. You know that chain with the star with the 7.
Mm-hmm.
What they call that? Got the stars and the 7. What's that? The Freemason or something? The Mason.
I don't know what the 7. They got the Star of David. I know the star, like the Star of David. I don't know what the 7 though.
Yeah, he got that chain. Carmelo Anthony got that chain too. Oh. Gotta look up and see what that's about. But he wear a lot of stuff that send out the message. So, but then when you ask them, they laugh it off and they nah. You know what I'm saying?
What do you guys think it's like? Do you guys think the Illuminati? Just real quick. I mean, we are off base, but who cares right now? You guys think the Illuminati or the Freemasons is bad? Because I remember just staying on the rap topic. I remember what is this? Oh man, what's that old school rapper's name? CR1. I can't think of his name right now. Oh man, what is it? CP? KRS. Thank you. KRS. Thank you. Spit a bunch of knowledge talking about Illuminati and African knowledge and going way back. And I remember his interview. He was saying everybody know about that. And the more you know, the more levels there is. And you think, touching on Illuminati, you think if Jay-Z is Illuminati, I don't know if he is or isn't, allegedly, you think he's at such a high level that, that's what makes him successful? Or you think it's raw talent?
I think
business moves.
I think Jay-Z, when it comes to music entertainment, as far as males, I think Jay-Z is probably right now, he probably could be at the top. You know what I mean? But then I heard it was like some type of, like he was due to be replaced. So then that's when Jay-Z came up with the idea to marry Beyonce. And then I heard like Beyonce didn't want to marry him, but she was at the top, like the female side of things. She was at the top. So Jay-Z came up with the idea, let's come together and be a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? And the people that was going to replace Jay-Z with, I don't know, Kanye or whoever, was like, that's a good idea. So they left them and kept them at the top. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on right now. That's why we still see Jay-Z at the top. Because Jay-Z's a good mind. He got a good mind. He's a good thinker. And that's another reason why I think he dropped off Damon Dash. You know what I'm saying? Because behind the scenes, he was about to go to another level. And I don't know if he probably thought Damon Dash wasn't going to be able to handle it or be able to hold the secrets that he needed to hold. So we had to drop him off. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he feared that Dame had too big of a mouth? And Dame would, you know what I mean?
That's what I think it is.
I mean, because when I look at Jay, and like I said, I
think he knew Dame could hold a secret, but Dame will fly off the handle all the time. I think that's what it was. That's what he was scared of. Dame would fly off the handle, then there you go. Everything's coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like in a, as they say, Kanye West type rant. You know what I mean? Where they say he gets mad and, he just posts to Twitter and post.
That's probably why Kanye West went nuts or mad, because he was supposed to be at the top. So he's up on this rant, like, you know what I'm saying, I got to wait whoop more years. And he just... Remember
Dave Chappelle, y'all? Remember Dave Chappelle turned down, what was it, like 50 million?
50, 80 million, yeah, went to Africa, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he just went off the grid and wound up in Africa.
Yeah. That goes back to our original point, like...
Then came back to everybody talking about the clone shit. Did he go off the grid, or did they take his ass out?
That I don't know, but that goes back to me, like, I don't know. These are all alleged things with Jay-Z, with Corey Feldman, like all these things. But like, for me, like, sorry, you gotta sacrifice something. It seemed like Dave Chappelle didn't want to sacrifice whatever that was for $50 million. He was like, $50 million ain't worth me sacrificing whatever it was, and you can't change my mind. Boom, I'm going to Africa. So,
Hey,
was it boom from Africa, or was it bow? Make up a story and say he went to Africa. You know what I mean? Because he sure came back. He came back buff, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Rapper Gucci Mane, he came back. He had pop belly and all that shit. Gucci Mane came out like a NFL player or some shit. You know what I mean?
I was gonna save it, but since we touching upon it a couple times, CP, you have to give us some stuff that you have to get in depth on what you mean for our listeners on Podbeam, right now.
Shout out to Podbeam.
Shout out to Podbeam, you know what I'm saying? And everywhere else, you know what I'm saying? We love everybody. About the body doubles and the cloning, like how that process works, it takes place. You know what I mean? I don't want our listeners, you know what I'm saying, at home on their cell or wherever they're listening, ears to be burning. Like, what's a body double? Enlighten us on what you're talking about.
It's like I ain't too professional on it, but from my understanding, like it's too, like, you can have body doubles as far as people that look like you, look like that person, another physical person,
right?
Like them. Or then, you got the other kind of body doubles, where they take your DNA and they just put it through some type of medical process, you know what I'm saying? And you come out to be another you. I don't really know the whole get down of it, but whatever the medical process, the clone, whatever they want to say, whatever you look like is what you're gonna get. Like if you got short hair and you got a six-pack stomach, the clone gonna come out looking like that, and the clone can't get fat. It can't grow. His hair can't grow. It's gonna stay just like that. But then they do multiple of them because I guess they run out of gas, like they start malfunctioning. That's when you start seeing people passing out on national TV, and all that shit, or getting stuck. You see a lot of people on interviews where they just stare at the camera for a real long time, getting stuck, because that goes back to that MK Ultra. You could say a word and that'll trigger things in somebody under MK Ultra's mind. You know what I mean? And that's what they said happened when Kanye West went back into the hospital when he had that rant in Sacramento. And they took him to the hospital. That's what they were doing the whole time. They were reprogramming him, putting it back under there. And that's when he came out with that blonde hair looking crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't put it past him as far as the body doubles or whatever, because I think it was like 94, 96, somewhere in the mid-90s. They were like, we cloned this goat. And then that's all you heard about it. Like, oh, we cloned the goat? Now, let's stop the cloning stuff. I don't think they stopped cloning anything, to be honest. You know, you clone a goat, what's the next step? A human.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely with you on that, CP. And I don't know if it was my pops or somebody else that was ex-military, but they told me like whatever you see on TV, as far as like, you know, maybe not Star Trek on that level, but as far as like going to what you said earlier, Tiger, as far as switching faces, remember that movie Face Off, where they actually switch faces? Yeah. Like whatever you see on movies or TV, if they show you to you, they already had that for 10, 15 years behind the scenes. So I'm definitely with you on that body double. Like if it's out there,
remember Tom Cruise had the mask in Mission Impossible, and that was way back in the day.
They're saying one example is Saddam Hussein when they hung him on national TV or it was online or whatever. But you could watch his hanging. They said that was a clone. You know what I'm saying? Or a body double.
Yeah. That's a cold game when you gotta watch somebody hanging though.
Yeah, he had been dead like in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? They already killed him, but you know what I'm saying? That was a body double or a clone that we watched get hung. And just like the assassination of Gaddafi, that was a body double. Gaddafi been dead. You know, so these speeches that we see Obama making and all that stuff, and Hillary making, or Hillary due to make a speech next week or whatever, these are body doubles that we're seeing. These people, they're gone. Hillary's already executed, man. That's another story, though. You know
we had touch bases. Bringing it back to the elites and the Hollywood stars, I had a question for y'all. Do you think once you make that A list or B list, C list, whatever it is, since there's levels of it, do you think you get preferential treatment? And if so, why? Why do you think, if they do, why do you think they get that treatment? Like, if me and you manslaughter somebody, we getting locked up, but then might get probation. Why do you think that is? If they get preferential treatment?
Because too much money. That's saying some people are worth more money dead than alive, or worth more money alive than dead. Some people are worth more money out free than locked up. You know what I'm saying? If the people that beat could make $100 million off this person doing one movie, the people that beat they gonna get that person off. You know what I'm saying? Like R. Kelly, too bad. I don't know what he must have pissed somebody off, because like Carl said, he been doing it for years. Nobody said nothing. Nobody's
the wrong person.
Well, maybe he ran out of hits. Maybe his music got played out. Get this out of here.
And that's where I was about to go. Or maybe R. Kelly just ain't selling like R. Kelly used to. I think to answer your question, Marcus, that I just think it's like anything else. Like, you know, the top seller, like the Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I mean? You know, the top earners, you know what I mean? You get a seat at the front of the table. The guys that ain't selling, you know, you don't get that shine.
Right.
You know, whereas who's popular in music right now? DaBaby, this rapper DaBaby, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting a lot of shine right now that maybe Inspect the Deck from the Wu-Tang ain't getting, because they can see we give this guy more shine. You know, he putting money in our pockets. You know what I mean? We'll give him the preferential treatment. My question to you guys is, once you're in, you're in Hollywood, you're in the thick of it, and, you know, there's bad around you, but life is good. You're eating good. Your family's taken care of. You're starting to lay out your plan. You got your wife, kids, whatever, or however, you know, people choose to lay up, you know, single, you know, with a dude, whatever. Can you make it out?
Yeah.
Like, will they let you out when you're just like, you know what? And when I'm saying, you know, with the dude, I'm just saying for people in general, I'm trying to give all type of, you know, metaphors. Is there a way out once you get out? You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're an A-lister?
Just if you're, like I said, your wife comes to you one day and says, you know what, baby, like, I want to retire, you know, I want to go live in Spain, or, you know, I want to live a quiet life, you know, I I was behind you for 25 years while you were grinding. You know, now it's our time. And you go to get out, you know, and it's like, I'm leaving Hollywood. Would they let you go? Do you think, you know, if you're someone who, like we're talking about, you're in the thick of it, you know what's not supposed to be known. You know secrets. Would you feel safe even if you were allowed to leave?
No.
Well, of course not. Like, I mean, do they, to answer your first point, do they allow you to leave or let you leave? Maybe, you know, maybe, because it depends on the situation. Because let's give a good example. Jack Nicklaus, here's Johnny. You know, the dude's been acting for years and years, but once you start like declining on your movies, maybe they put you in the quiet side, like, hey, be quiet. You know, just take that part and get out of here. But if you in your prime, I ain't never seen nobody in their prime. You know, in my era, it's like, hey, you about to you pulling like $10, $15 million movies, $20 million movies, and you just go away and retire. I never seen it. I mean, the best example I give to that is like Jim Carrey was like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, man, he was the man. You know, this dude came from In Living Color. Shout out to Living Color, from nothing to like, you know, 15, 20. He can name his budget. And then now you put him in a movie now, you be like, oh man, it's low budget, you know, Netflix original, Jim Carrey or whatever. So I don't think they let you leave. I just think they diminish your voice, your platform, you know, slowly.
To me, if you are, it depends. Like if you're an A, B, or probably even a C, you know some stuff. Nah, you can't. They're probably like, man, you better go talk to your wife, or here I'll send y'all on a trip around the world or something. But you better go calm her. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you some probably to calm down or let you relax. But if you still got them looks or whatever they got you on there for, your looks, your the way you talk, or you're a good actor, you still able to act.
It's like, because
you better get your ass on in front of that camera.
Right.
Or somebody gonna come in. That's when they, like Carl said, that's when they gonna start showing them pictures of your grandma.
Yeah.
You know, showing your kid getting dropped off at school. You know what I'm saying? You better get your ass in front of that camera.
I mean, because like you said, like you touched on earlier, people that we thought was crazy at the time, when you start to get, as they say, more woke or more, you know, your ear starts to hear more rumors, or, you know, maybe you see something on YouTube that, you know, from someone on the other side of the planet, you know, some stuff that you missed, you know, it really does make you think. Like, you know, to me, I just don't think they would let you leave if you're holding secrets. You know what I mean? Or they would have to tear you down. It would have to be something like what happened to Michael Jackson. They would just have to tear you down,
discredit you.
Yeah, like, or if somebody had a skeleton in their closet, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what? Look, we got this. Like R. Kelly, look, we've got everything. We're about to come down on you. You know what? You know, and I don't know. You know, maybe he was like, man, you know, whatever, and it was like, nah, you know, it don't seem like it. But you know, he got some women still. Ain't there like 2 of the women still with him or something?
I don't know. I think I seen him with somebody.
Coming out. One of them coming out with a book pretty soon.
Yeah, claiming he's a good man and shit.
But why do you? Going back to that preferential treatment, why do you think that for so long they keep things quiet? Like I guess they want to. I don't. And my reason why they want to keep things quiet, I guess, to answer my own question real quick, is if you're an A-lister, if you're a big athlete, whatever, they making money off you. They making money off that image. So to throw it off, you guys, like, we all know Michael Jordan. He likes to gamble, smoke cigars. But the documentary, shout out to the documentary. I'm gonna say the name of it, but you know, open up some lies. But here's another one for me, Tiger Woods. You know, I've been liking Tiger Woods forever. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tiger. He does some questionable stuff I can't stand behind sometimes, but shout out to him though. But they had him as this all wholesome, you know, this African American Nike. We gonna sell you. And then he starts saying he ain't black. I'm like, oh. But I remember his whole life shattered on that Thanksgiving night where they all dropped him after, you know, they've been making money for this dude for years. But when TMZ or whoever was caught that dude wreck his car arguing with his wife about his mistresses, that, you know, why they come to a head then? Why do you guys think it came to a head then? Nike knew about his mistresses. His wife knew about his mistresses probably for years before that. Why do you think? Did he mess up somewhere along the line? You think he crossed somebody? Why do you think it happened to? When it happens to these stars at that moment, why do you think it happens at that moment? Is it because they ain't selling no more? Is it because Tiger Woods is back, hurt, and he can't win no Masters? So let's just crush this dude right now. Why do you think?
Let me answer this first. And with Jordan, let's. I'll make this short and sweet. Look, I love Mike. Mike's the GOAT. I'm biased towards Jordan, so I don't even want to answer anything about Jordan. Let's move on to Tiger Woods. This is somebody I don't mind talking about. For me, you know, I was one of them kids when he came out. Like, you know, I wanted the fucking shirt like he had on and shit. And yeah, you know, I wanted the glove to fake the funk because, you know, Tiger was the shit, whatever. Then yeah, when they interviewed him and the lady made the mistake of, I don't know, like I said, and he never really touched on it after that. You know what I mean? Like, he gave some fake answer, but the lady, I guess, made the mistake of calling him black solely, not black. Or maybe he didn't even let her finish, to be honest, to see if she was black or whatever. And he said he invented his own type of race or something because he just didn't want to be associated with the words black. And that's when I was done with that scumbag. But yeah, maybe they just chose it was his time to be like, you know, maybe he wanted out. You know what I mean? Maybe Tiger, like I said, maybe Tiger wanted to go, you know, because he's a pretty private cat. You know what I mean? The other Tiger, you know, I haven't really, you know, I haven't seen him all. You know, he seems like he's out, but he's not, because you'll see him getting a medal from Donald Trump, or you'll see him at a soccer game or at a basketball game or something, but you don't see him out often. Or it's like, I think of an incident with a up and coming star, as in Kobe Bryant. You know, maybe Kobe didn't want to get down with some of the stuff that they were telling him he had to get down with, and maybe, you know, they had that woman falsely accuse him of rape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not at the death. I'm talking about when he was up and coming, and that woman falsely accused him of rape, and then changed her statement to be like, "Nah, I was lying." Later on down the road.
Yeah, I guess that goes to my point. Like, why do you think it is it? I guess what you're saying, Tiger, is that they don't want to play ball for whatever the game is at that time, so they're like throwing all that dirt at him at that particular moment, because we all got skeletons in our closet, and the people around us, even if we getting paid, I believe in people paying us, know some of those skeletons. But why does it always have to come to that particular moment where somebody seen something they ain't supposed to see, and they be like, "Oh yeah, you seen that? Or you didn't know about all this too?" For example, Tiger Woods be like, "Oh yeah, you was arguing with his wife. You know what they were arguing about? His 7 other girlfriends. You know, his gambling addiction, his drug, whatever." So to me, it's like, why does it take that lightning rod moment for people to be like, "Oh yeah." For example, we'll stick to going to the Hollywood thing, Weinstein or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
If allegedly, if some of the stuff he did, like you said, some sick shit, and there got to be at least another person right there, or by them, or doing whatever. Why did it take for him to get caught to be like, "Oh yeah, I got dirt on here. Here you go. Here's some more dirt. Here's some more dirt. Here's some more dirt." Why y'all think that is?
It's like that. It's like that Epstein dude. It's like, come on, man. Motherfuckers knew what he had going on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just, you know, motherfuckers was involved, and people chose to, you know, put their head in the sand because they making money with them, or you know what I mean? Or they privileged to the parties, or he doing them some favors. And that's how it is in Hollywood. You know, it's like, you hear about like these sick producers that been doing it forever, and it's like, or like, man, I used to love Kevin Spacey, but man, I don't know what's going on, but you know what I mean? If he was using his leverage to touch on dudes, shit, that's wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's like a whole lot simpler reasons than why shit hits the fan eventually. Like you said, stuff been going on, then finally something happens, and now boom, everything comes out. I think it's more or less more like you guys remember the movie Casino, you know, when he fired the dude's nephew, And the dude came to his office like,
oh yeah,
I know you're gonna hire him. He can't, whatever. Just go ahead on and hire him. He like, no, I'm not. And after that, his shit just started going downhill. I think it's like experiences like that. Like, you know, why are these women just coming out, you know, 30, 40 years later? It's probably because Weinstein was like, you know what, fuck y'all, I ain't paying y'all no more money. You know, R. Kelly, fuck y'all, I ain't paying y'all mortgage no more.
Like Cosby, CP, like Cosby, like, do you think that was coincidental, or all of a sudden, all these years later, you know, here come all these wild allegations, or you think the word was out there? Because
I believe about it, cut off and spread the word to the other women, and they just went at him like, oh, you ain't gonna pay for our living? Nah, we gotta take you out. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they took him down. Cause you see, he came in old, crippled, and crazy. The dude didn't have no more money no more. R. Kelly, he didn't have no more money no more. As long as you got bread, you know what I'm saying, you safe. You know what I'm saying? But when your bread start falling, you know what I'm saying, everybody around you start falling. People you paying off, you can't pay them off no more. So here it comes. That's why most people go into other avenues while they're up top. They go into other avenues because they know they ain't gonna be able to do this forever. You know what I'm saying? So they go into other avenues to keep them afloat. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Motherfuckers run out of money, can't pay them people's lifestyles no more. And for that, the people get mad because they got to go back to the hood or go back to whatever. Now I'm going back to the hood, or you going to pay for this. I'm going to tell this, I'm going to tell that, I'm going to tell this. And that's how people get popped.
Right. Marcus, where do you stand with, okay, like, check it out. What is your thought on, like, we talk about these actors and these musicians who are doing this evil in the world, you know, these sick acts. Would you be comfortable still listening to their music or watching their movies?
Yeah, see that I'm gonna answer that, and that goes to my next question.
Because you know, I haven't bumped that song "I Wish" by R. Kelly in the remix in a long time. I used to love those two songs. Made me think of my dead homie Mark C. But it's like, man, you know, it's like I can't listen to R like that no more. You know, like I'm riding with Kanye, man. That's my dude. You know, I love Kanye. You know, that after Jay-Z, you know, he became my favorite rapper, and that's crazy how we were just talking about them this show. But if Kanye start touching kids, then yeah, I'm gonna have to change my playlist too. You know what I'm saying? Like if Kanye's like publicly, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what Yeezus is doing behind the scenes, but yeah, publicly, you know what I'm saying? I have to let Kanye go. Like, bro, I rode with you right here, but the wheels have fallen off.
Nah, well, yeah, to answer your question, I mean, like, I guess we all got that line that we draw. Cause for R. Kelly, like, I definitely don't listen to his music no more. But at our job, they play music, and other people play his music. I don't stand there and be like, man, turn this off. You know what he did? You know what I'm saying? I just be like, all right, I remember this song. And my boy, like, there's a lot of athletes, there's a lot of people who do questionable stuff. Jay-Z, I still rock some of his stuff, you know what I'm saying? Some of these actors, if Weinstein made a movie, I probably watched it and liked it. You know, I'm not known. We all got that line. I don't support what they're doing privately, but that goes to the question I want to ask y'all, CP and Tiger. Like, when you in that club, when you in that elite, and everybody knows about it, and they keeping their mouth shut, if we know about it, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you think as a society as a whole, we'd be like, call them out on their bullshit? Why don't we, if we knew about R. Kelly likes little younger women in the 90s, why we didn't stop listening to shit? Why when he was pissing on little girls, we were like, oh, nah, that can't be R. Kelly pissing on little girls. We had to wait till the second or third trial to be like, whoa, this dude got a problem. Why as a society we can't just like boycott, I guess, right now? Why can't we call him out right now?
At the time when the video came out, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z and R. Kelly was at the top. They was hot. So a lot of people were blocking that out. Like they didn't want to believe, like ain't no way in the world, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying, he kind of dwindled off. Now somebody else came. All it took was for somebody else to come out with the accusation, and now people are like, oh hell no, nah. Because you know what I'm saying, in our mind as our favorites, he was already out of there. So let's get him all the way out of here because it's somebody else right now anyway. You know what I mean? They got the paranormal thing going on. But anyway, yeah, if you up on people's scale, they're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you just whatever, they're gonna get your ass out of there like taking out the trash. You know what I mean?
That's like
let Jay-Z and LeBron James get off people's radar. And I'm gonna tell you, especially LeBron, let LeBron James, let Zion Williamson or whoever start being the shit in the NBA, and LeBron James take on the torn Achilles Kobe. Man, all kind of stuff will come out, man. Because you ain't even heard about LeBron catching a jaywalking ticket, man. And he been in the league 17 years, plus high school, under the camera.
Yeah, because
dude ain't even got a jaywalking ticket, man.
I mean, because even when LeBron was ascending, everybody still loved Kobe. But when he ruptured that Achilles, they was trying to kick him out the league and shit. They were calling him a circus act when he was still playing. Until it was his last year, everybody was faking like they still loved. I mean, they loved him, which ain't nothing wrong with you loved him, saying goodbye. But that time when he was getting those nice contracts on the way out, they were like, what is he even still playing for? Yeah. What are they even paying him?
Yeah. They was skipping over Kobe. They was going Jordan all the way to LeBron. Like Kobe ain't got 5 rings, you know what I'm saying? 2 by himself, you know what I mean? Did he get like 2 back-to-back, something like that?
No, he won one, then lost to Boston, then came back and won another.
Oh, okay.
As far as I remember, if I think correctly. I know Boston was our nemesis for a while. Shout out to my Lakers, though. Shout out to Magic Johnson. The reason why I like the Lakers. But that goes to another question. Y'all see Michael Johnson's son? Is that a sacrifice? Is that the sacrifice he had to do to be celebrity for this long?
Look at Isaiah Thomas, both of his sons.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Both of Isaiah Thomas' sons, same way.
Yeah,
Dwayne Wade.
Real quick disclosure, like I ain't hating on nobody's life. If you want to live your life like that, live your life like that. But I just threw that question out as like, is that the sacrifice you got to make to stay relevant?
It gotta be.
Yeah.
It gotta be.
I mean, yeah, like I said, because Magic even after basketball continued to, he continued to blow up. You know what I'm saying? He's big out there in Los Angeles. Yeah, I don't know. I remember when he had AIDS?
Yeah.
And then he got cured?
Yeah, that goes to my question.
Like people never trip on that. You know what I'm saying? Like Magic had AIDS at one point. Like before technology was even like big,
Another one of them trip to Africa stories. Then his wife never had it.
Yeah, maybe that is how he got rid of the AIDS.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just questionable. It's just questionable. But I got a question for you. If let's say this Podbeam or whatever enterprise y'all got going on, you know what I'm saying? Let's say that it blows up. Would y'all be willing to sacrifice anything to be an A-lister, to be in that club? And if so, what would y'all sacrifice?
Probably when I was like 15 or something, probably. Now, hell no. I'm good. I'm cool.
Yeah, once upon a time, you know what I mean? I think I just would have been like, just give it, you know what I mean? But even though my job hella sucks, it's like, man, that's a crazy life, I'm cool being a C-list celebrity. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm comfortable, B-list, whatever. But I don't know when they come. It's hard though. I mean, because this is hard work. So if they was to come with a Joe Rogan Spotify $100 million check, I mean, man. Yeah. I don't know what the catch would be with that though. Like I don't know what I could do. I don't want no one to take no naked pictures of me. I want to touch children, if you got some like, if you want me to sell cigarettes to the youth or something, then I could be down with that. You know, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want me to push alcohol or something, I'll do that for them. But nah, like, please leave me. I don't want to kill goats and I don't want to drink rabbit blood. Well, man, that's better than touching kids, but I still don't want to drink no blood or no shit like that.
Yeah, see, that goes to the point, like, just to be successful and you don't even gotta be Hollywood, just to be successful in your job, you gotta sacrifice something. It could be your time, family time, or whatever. So to touch on Tiger's point, we all got that level where we quote unquote sell out. So for $100 million, I ain't, like you said, I ain't touching no kids or nothing like that. But yeah, I'll be like, cool, cigarettes are the best. I'm with you with that. Yeah. We all got that level of something. Be like, I never drink a smoothie in my life, but I'm like, so refreshing, you know, something.
Like, you know how they have like no MSG. If they want me to say MSG is good, I'm down with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, chasing that cloud, chasing that bag. Y'all seen Gyro? You know, he out there making gyros for the dollars. So you know, we all got that level where we sell out for something. You know, quote unquote sell out for something.
Yeah, it's the thing. They gotta have, from what I hear, they gotta have something bad on you before they even let you into anything, though. That's what I hear. They gotta have some dirt. If they ain't got no dirt, you just gonna be local. If you want to get up top, you gotta give up some dirt. You gotta take some pictures. You gotta play with some dogs. you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? You got to give up something.
What would you be willing to give up? Would you be willing to give up anything, CP?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
If they came up to you, shout out to the Minnesota Vikings. CP's a big Minnesota Viking fan. Shout out to them.
All this shit is temporary right now, man.
What happened?
Temporary. I said all this shit is temporary right now. You know what I'm saying? You know. You get a fat $10 million check, then a year from now, you know what I'm saying, the value of $1 ain't gonna be shit. You gonna be sitting there stuck with $1 million check with literally your ass out. You feel me?
When you say sports, I mean, like, they'll guarantee some championships or something, because they're all like, if that comes in with the money, then it's like, woo. I mean, I feel it. I'll be like, email me the list. Email me the list of things that you guys need, and maybe I could choose out of it or something. Like if you could guarantee the Niners and the Chicago Bulls are winning championships, the Michigan Wolverines, Blue Devils, like, I'm with that. You know, like just I gotta, some chicken got salmonella and I gotta like co-sign it. Like, I could do that for the Niners. You know, I could do that. I can do that for Chi-Town, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta protest Planned Parenthood or something, or the opposite, pro-life or whatever it is. Like, I don't really want to, because, you know, like, women can do what women can do, but yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, it just boils down to, we all got that line in the sand where we not cross, you know. Some of us give up for $10.
I'll tell them the coronavirus ain't as bad as they think it is right now. What can they give me? Is that good enough for like at least like Floyd to come out of retirement and get a win?
Not me.
Can Real Madrid win the league or something?
I'm good about that devil shit. That devil.
Well, no, that's what I was gonna ask you, CP. You a big Minnesota Viking fan? If somebody came to you and was like, look, I need you to take a picture. I'm going to give you X amount of money. Put this Brett Favre jersey on, though, real quick, you know? Would you do that? Would you cross that line?
To do what?
Would you be in a commercial with the big old cheese head like, go, Pack, go?
For what?
For that money, for that bag.
Huh.
You know what I'm
saying? I would do that. I'll take a picture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought you were talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, wrestling with goats and shit, you know what I'm saying? And all that shit. Nah, fuck that. You know?
Nah, that just goes to my point. Like, I'm not with that, like,
horse stall butt ass nigga, like, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not with that neither, like that any kind of, like, we all got that line, that's what I'm saying. I'm not touching little kids. I'm not raping nobody. I'm not gonna stand in the room while you rape nobody. I'm not drinking blood. I'm not bowing down to no statue. You know, there's a lot of things I won't do, but over here, there's probably a lot of things that I will do for X amount of dollars. So, you know, we all got that line. We're like,
hey, but that's where they get you though, huh? That's where it is, huh? That's where they would get me. Like, yeah, man, all you got to do is say, these masks are the good masks to you. They're gonna be like, hey, remember that? Well, hey, check it out. We got pictures of you right here. Like, fuck.
Yeah, they probably might Photoshop.
How they get these pictures? I was at home.
If they'll Photoshop that shit or something, blackmail your ass into doing some shit. You know what I mean?
But well, guys, like I said, that's gonna be episode 3 of 3 Reasons Why, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it. Any final thoughts? Any shout outs? Anybody?
Back to that conspiracy theory thing. The conspiracy theory was made up because of the JFK assassination, because what they were saying was true. You know what I'm saying? So they made up the word conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? To throw people off, to debunk people's story, like, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory. Just like you were saying earlier, Marcus, like, why does everybody go with the flow of the crowd and not just go on their own?
Yeah,
that's the same thing. They don't want to be that one sticking out like a sore thumb and looking like an asshole. People don't got the balls to look like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So they just go with the crowd. So like 10, 15 people saying something about something ain't true, people gonna most likely roll with it, even though probably half of the people that's rolling with it in their own mind, they think it's true too. You know what I'm saying? So they made up the conspiracy theory, like, you know, just to debunk people. You know what I'm saying? Because like half the time, the craziest shit that you be hearing about be really true shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they throw in that conspiracy theory, like, nobody gonna do that shit. Nobody, you know what I mean? But really, that shit's really going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got pictures. They got pictures of the Hillary situation, the Hillary Clinton. They got pictures of the little girl. She supposedly cut her face off. They got pictures. They got pictures of the shit. You know what I'm saying? They got pictures with Hillary wearing the skin over her face.
When you say Hillary, I know we're getting back in it, but I'm like, when you say Hillary, who is she rolling with? Like, who she's with? What's her group?
That gotta be the people that be. Gotta go back to the Rothschilds.
Okay. She's with like you're saying she's with the Epstein crowd and the LeBron and Jay. Okay.
Yeah, they gotta go back to them. You know, we still don't know to this day. People don't know. You know what I'm saying? We just know they the people running around that's doing that stuff, but they got pictures of it though. You know what I'm saying? Still, like, folks like my mom, she still that stuff crazy. I'm still voting for her, or I'm still voting for Biden. And they got all this photo proof. They got all it's written. It's documents you could go look up. You know what I'm saying? They still don't believe it. I don't know why it is. It's mind-boggling to me. Like, how much proof do you need? You actually got to be there in the room to believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just crazy. I don't understand why people are so scared to go back over the fence and start going the right way. You know what I mean?
And then
like R. Kelly come out.
Like I said, go ahead.
I was saying, like, R. Kelly, like 6ix9ine. He make one more hit, people gonna go back with him. You know what I'm saying? You make that hit, people gonna roll with you and forget about what you did. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you did. R. Kelly make the hit. People gonna buy his shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. People ain't low up to the soil these days, man. All it takes is a hit. People can get bought. People can be sold. It's just crazy. People got to stand up. People got to stand up for what they believe. You know what I'm saying? Not get sold out. Stop selling out. A lot of stuff will be going down. You know what I mean?
But like we touched on a few minutes ago, we all got that sell out level, though. You know. It's just, do you sell out your morals? Do you sell out what?
Including me. I might go sell out. I might go sell out later. You know what I'm saying? I told you I got Raiders gear.
Oh,
my last name on it though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to my homies that like the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I hate them, but I got friends and family. Shout out to my family that does too. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But let me say, you know, good episode for me. You know, shout out to everybody in the 209 worldwide. You know what I'm saying? I wish everybody safe. God bless. 209 Tiger. I'm done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for enjoying our show. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, follow, comment, let us know what y'all think. To wrap it all up, like I said, these are all legends, from Corey Spellman to Epstein these are all legends, Jay-Z, all legends. But if it don't add up, it don't make sense. So, you guys go do your own research, check it out.
Hey, hold on real quick. I do want to shout out Will Smith because I do got love for Will Smith, even though he took an L on that red table. Now I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, they definitely took an L on that red table. I don't know what's going on with Jada. She was just spilling the beans with everything, trying to make those ratings. But again, it's all legendary. Check it out. See, if, like CP say, there's a lot of smoke. You guys got to do your own research, get that fire.
Well, there's smoke, there's fire. And also, if you want to, you can hit us on the Cash App at $CDP209.
Hey, shout out to the Cash App.
Shoot us $5, $15, $20.
Anything helps.
Anything helps.
We're trying to come up.
If you would like to donate supplies or cannabis, you know what I'm saying, alcoholic beverages, water, anything, I got an address for that. You know what I'm saying? You can find the message in the Podbean.
That's again Cash App CDP209. $CDP209.
We appreciate y'all. We out.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Oh, sure. I just stopped recording. How y'all think it went?
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot I had a Cash App.
All right, well, fuck it.
Somebody,
do some editing.
Somebody send me $100. I'll be like, hey, we got $20 today.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'll be like, how's that Cash App going? Be like, oh, man, ain't shit happening. Your whole background changing. You got shit hanging up, new chain on.
Got statues and shit in the background.
Yeah. But all right, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, you be cool.
Hey, take that one part out.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm happy that shit was in the beginning, man.
Yeah. Like I said, we recorded for like about almost an hour and 40 minutes this time, so it's gonna be a little bit more editing. But yeah. I'll put it up probably like Tuesday morning.
All right.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, tell everybody I said hey.
All right.
All right, gone.